I need to put a couple more games of speedrun in the rotation. I'll probably put DA27 on there, the weird Japanese game from yesterday. Because that game was really fun. I just gotta watch the speedruns for the other games I plan on running, because I want to do the Firemen. But I don't remember the game very well because I played it like a couple months ago. And then I gotta play... I want to run... I want to improve my Rex Ronin time. Oh wow, I almost got knifed. So I'll probably be running like 4 games. I'll probably get pretty decently far into this game once I start incorporating all the other stuff again. Whoops, that was close. But I also got a couple game playthroughs I gotta do.
Time to pay.
Wow, that was quicker than I normally do it. Like 3 seconds quicker.
My money.
I did a late split, so I was kind of zoning out. I'm pretty sure I did a slight late split. Okay, we're good with the wagon. Four, 5, 6. Choo-choo. I'd say most console generations are about 6 years. I feel like the PS4 has a lot of life left into it, but I think what they're gonna do is they'll probably release games on both PS4 and PS5. I mean, they're gonna have to release Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 on the next console, so now you have the Final Fantasy VII Remake on 2 different consoles, but I don't know if the architecture of the PS5 and PS4 is similar, like they'll be able to like easily put like remasters or whatever on the PS5, resell Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PS5. And that seems to be the hot thing with a lot of newer consoles, is the remaster. Square with Final Fantasy was doing it, and I guess it's easier for it to caught on. To release all the parts. I don't know, another 10 for the next sequel, for the next part. It depends if they're gonna stick with the same engine. Like if they're gonna stick with the same engine, I don't think it should take too long. You know, all they have to do is, like, if they're using the same character models and stuff, like, with the same graphics. All they have to do is create the world. Like, all the animations would be done and stuff. And the engine would be ready. So you would hope that it would take less time. But now the next section of the game is completely open world. So how are they going to tackle that? There's a lot of ifs, you know, or what are they going to do? How are they going to change it? Are they going to change it? Like, are they going to change it drastically? Are they not going to have an open world for you to walk around in? Or are you just going to, like, select a location and go from there? That might save a lot of graphical power and need, honestly. But if you had an overworld where you just kind of walk around and drive an airship, that shouldn't be too complicated. I don't think I've seen a modern RPG where you walk around an open world. Plus, realistically, it would, like, if you want to make it feel like realistic, you'd want to, like, walk through the desert or whatever, and that could take forever. I'm not sure. If I were to guess, it would take, 2 or 3 more years for the next part. Because I think mostly what the PS5 is going to do is reduce load times and allow you to have more on the screen. Because that's really something like about 6 months ago they got really excited because they were displaying Spider-Man on the PS5. And it was like very, very small load times, whereas normally it has longer load times. And some games on the PS4 have ridiculous load times. I'm playing Devil May Cry and it has fairly long load times. It's just like almost PS1 days, you know? You haven't gotten past this? I dislike them too. Like, if I go back to playing PS1 on the PS1 console, most people play PS1 games on PS2. Even then, it's still going to feel like a really long time. I got really excited when Chrono Trigger was going to be released on PlayStation 1 and it was announced. So I was a kid, so I sold my copy of the Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo off eBay for like $150. And I got the PS1 version, and if you went to the menu to look at your stats or change weapons or armors and stuff, it's like there's load times to go to that menu. And same thing on the Final Fantasy ports for that console, and it's like if you try to play it now, it's just like more or less annoying. But you're better off playing the older Final Fantasy games on the Game Boy Advance ports, because apparently they were retranslated and they're really good too, like the ports. And Chrono Trigger is, I guess, on Steam. Got updated to be not crap. Are you fucking serious? That was okay. Like, I'm starting to get the hang of mashing better, but I should have been doing it with the automatic weapon. Sometimes it feels like you're loading more than playing. That's why I don't like a lot of the newer console games that are like, they have a lot of not interactive, they have a lot of cutscenes. And constantly they're pulling the controller away from you, or the control's like, oh, okay, I can drop the controller just so they can talk or show a cutscene. I don't like the cutscene heavy games of modern games today. It sucks I lost time. I actually could have saved time if I didn't die. Interesting. Because it was only 3.4 seconds. God, I almost forgot that. I think I snorted when I got gas too. I got the good RNG pattern. So I'll probably even out now. Yeah, evened out to about what I was before. I went to the supermarket a couple days ago and they actually had full shelves of toilet paper and paper towels. And the sign was up that said limit to 2, so I was like, I'll get one, might as well. Every time I see it, I get like one before there was like a little bit on the shelf, before like there was none for a while. But I just had a bunch from before because I usually buy things like in a lot of bulk. Like, I think we started off the pandemic with like 50 rolls of toilet paper. So we didn't really have to worry, but then once we were getting down to 15, I was like, I think I need to look for some, or buy some if I see it. I forgot what the sun looks like. I find it like not as... Nevada has been rated as one of the best, because they did some thing where they tracked like phone data of people staying at home, and we're like one of the states where, or the state where people stay at home the most, like social distance. But we also had a fair degree of people who don't care, that will crowd the lake. The lake reopened like a couple weeks ago, and everyone went there. But I hear different stories from everyone. I heard it wasn't that bad. But right when they shut down the national park, we have a national park nearby. Before that, it got overcrowded, and the government staff couldn't keep up with all the trash, so they just shut it down. There was like 40,000 people or something. Like, it was ridiculous. It's not that bad. At my supermarket now, there's like 10 people shopping, which is fairly normal. It's not in a great location where a lot of people like go to it. Really? We don't have a beach here. I mean, we kind of do with the lake, but that's disgusting. That sounds like my mom's story when she went to France. My mom went to France, and I guess she went to Disney Paris, and like there was a family, like she thought French people were very rude the way she was treated. And there was a family with a kid, and they were letting the kid like literally shit in the middle of like where people were walking around, you know, like it was normal. And I'm like, I don't know if that is normal over there. I don't think it is. I don't know too many French people. And the interactions I've had with French people have been largely negative. They're very like rude. I'm not saying all French people are, but I just feel like they're very pushy. I like it when Asian people come in my restaurant, like Chinese, Korean, and Japanese people. The Chinese people will take out an app that like translate the menu, like it's like a camera, like they use their camera, and it auto translate onto their phone. It's really cool. All French people are rude. Great. Here's the hot takes coming. I'm gonna be Drex soon. I'm gonna piss people off. Is there gonna be a guy that spawns? Yeah, that might be good though. Got a good pattern. Yeah, very good pattern. Nice.
Bye-bye.
It just sucks because, like, I get it, like, a lot of Asian countries have picture menus. And I kind of think we should do that too for people who don't understand English. Like at restaurants, especially in tourist cities. Because in Japan you can just point. You don't have to, like, communicate. Yeah. Like if, like, go to your, like, Chinese takeout restaurant, and they have, like, you know, all the picture, all the, a lot of the stuff in pictures up on the top. Usually, like at the... Because you're like, oh, that looks good, I'm gonna try that. So, like, a lot of people, like, especially Japanese people, they'll go on their phone at my restaurant, and they'll look up, like, pictures of the food before they decide on something, which sucks because it takes them longer to order, but because you want to get people in and out to make more tips, but it's whatever. A number for you. I'll have the number 5. Exactly. Like when I moved to Vegas, a lot of the stuff is like really like we're like foodie culture here. So like I used to work in the kitchen before this job, like helping the kitchen out, and a lot of the cooks would ask me to help them get something, and I'm like, unless it's salt and pepper, I don't know what seasoning you're looking for. Like I don't know what it looks like. The number 3. Wow, sub 19, yeah, look at that. Nice.
I say, bit of bad luck.
You're all about the number 37? Why did I think number 3? That's a significant difference, jeez. Just because I had a decent final boss, you can do it quicker, there's a quicker way to do it, like, you kind of manipulate him to go up and down repeatedly, so you can beat him a lot quicker, but... Sub 19 was my goal to start, like, to have a decent time. That's a decent time. Number 6 on the leaderboard. I went up 1 spot. My summa best before, it was like a 1902 or an 1857, I believe. Something like that. I got 4 golds. So that's pretty significant. Yeah. I feel like with the strats for level